Cierra los ojos.
The third after film picks up right where the second one left off. And Tessa and Hardin seem to finally be in a good place. And then she gets a really big opportunity to have a job in Seattle. And so they're pulled apart geographically. And then there's a lot of family drama that comes into this one. So their relationship is tested yet again. I'd seen the movie, the first movie, before I got the interview. And then as soon as I got the interview, I read all the books and became a fan. There's a lot that's different because the books are like 800 pages, so you have to boil everything down. But I think in terms of the relationship dynamics between Hardin and Tessa and the pivotal scenes between them, they're there. And a lot of the stuff, I did a lot of work on the script that was written by Sharon on bringing book elements into it. So what we have is a boiled down version, but it's definitely very much the essence. I think the tone is quite different. I think that it's more mature and feels like both in terms of the subject matter, and the relationship, and also the visuals. I think that we're growing with our audience in After We Fell, and I think it's more serious than the previous one. The experience was really wonderful, and I didn't know what to expect. I think that was my biggest reservation going into it all was, I didn't cast them myself, and who knew how they were going to be. But they're both really gracious, and both of them are really, really smart in different ways. They're very different from each other. But I think the best thing is that they're both really wonderful actors, and surprisingly so. Like anything, everything you think of them going into this movie, it's like their talent had only been tapped to such a 10th of a degree. Like they are really, really immensely talented, wonderful people, and I genuinely mean that. Everybody says that, but I really do mean that. In the beginning, in the development, yeah. And she has, all of my experience with her has been really quite wonderful, and she was really supportive. And that meant a lot to me because, I know what it feels like to create something, and to have someone else kind of come in and take it over to some extent is nerve-wracking. So it was really important that we get along well. I think that that the fans are going to really enjoy the gym scene the best, because it has that perfect blend of tearjerker emotion and intimacy, and it's visually gorgeous, and the song is really great that we got to set it to. So I think that scene kind of is perfect. I really enjoyed, we had a lot of really great times offset because we were all living in the same hotel together, and we were quarantined there, so we couldn't really leave. So we had movie nights and stuff. But outside of that, I think, the work that they were doing, there was in After Ever Happy, actually, there's a scene that I cried when Hero was doing it. It just took me. I was so shocked with how every single day, Hiro and Joe got better and better and better. And I think that is probably what I enjoy the most, is like seeing the development of their skills over the course of the 50 days that we shot. Yeah, it was pretty difficult. I hadn't done anything like that before, where it's like that long of a shoot. But it was actually a lot easier than I think it sounds, because we went straight from one to the other. So I sort of approached it just as one big film. And they were all interspersed. You don't film things in order. So one day we would shoot, you know, a scene from number 3 and a scene from number 4 in the same day. So to me, it was just a matter of like looking at it as one big movie. I think the 4th movie is definitely the darkest and the most emotional of any of the after movies. I mean, if you've read the books, it is the most emotional reading it. There's a lot, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but there are a lot of really heavy moments. It's not just like superficial, you know, YA kind of moments. Like that book it hurts to read it. And I think the movie is like that too. There are really great moments between them that are lighthearted as well. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's very emotional.
No confías en mí, no confías en nadie, quieres controlarlo todo.